Chapter 8, An Age of Reform, Major Concepts. Please have your note cards out so you can write these down on note cards and study for the test. The first question is, evaluate the impact of the Second Great Awakening, the Second Great Awakening had on social reform. So the Second Great Awakening was when people had the development of idea of doctrine of free will. This is the idea that people's own actions determine their salvation. And it goes to logically show that if people can improve themselves, then they have the power to improve society as well. So this led to a couple of things. First, it led to the temperance movement. It led to the movement of prison reforms. It led to educational reform. It led to women's rights movement, and it also led to the abolitionist movement. All those 5 things came out of the Second Great Awakening. The next question is, know the major reform movements and reformers during the early 1800s. So the first one we'll talk about is the temperance movement. It's an organized effort to end alcohol abuse and the problems created by it. The second is the movement of reforming prisons, and Dorothy Dix worked to support humane prisons and the creation of asylums for mentally ill, because most of the mentally ill were just thrown into prisons in horrible conditions. The third thing is education reform. This is public schools where we support voters and help assimilate immigrants. The fourth one is women's rights. The Declaration of Sentiments is the most important document for that. Battle for women's suffrage demand, and they demanded their full equality for women in all areas of life, not just suffrage. And the fifth one is the abolitionist movement, and that's the anti-slavery movement.